You're watching Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back, everyone. 2 Yuma area teams could take this next award, but only one can really walk away with it.
And it just so happens to be the only team still left standing or playing, if you want to put it that way. Yuma Catholic Shamrocks, they didn't just set themselves apart for that reason, although you got to take account for that for sure. This team has a solid nucleus of players on both sides of the football with a defense capable of shutting out their top-tier opponents and an offense with an explosive passing attack picking apart opposing defenses like a Thanksgiving turkey. The best part about all this, with the exception of only 8 seniors, these kids are still young and developing, Brando. Yeah. The sky's the limit with this team.
We've talked about Richard Stallworth so much. Sophomore quarterback. I mean, he's still got 2 more years to work with this team, and the yards, or the passing yards that he's putting up, the touchdowns that he's completing, it's going to be something to watch, and they still have another game Saturday, so one could only tell, how much further those stats are going to go.
No, absolutely, and possibly even 2 more games. I mean, that remains to be seen, but nonetheless, you look at the character of this team, and this goes with any YC team, especially one that really threatens for that state title, which they typically do, and that's their goal, Brando. Their goal is to win the state title. If they don't pull it off, they consider it a failure, and nonetheless, they embody the personality of their coach. Smart and tough.
Yeah, it's that mentality that's got them there. They're a playoff team, and they're a playoff team because of Rhett Stallworth. He's familiar with that atmosphere. He's been there before. You mentioned he's gotten those state titles before, 3 of them, right? Yeah. This is a coach that knows what he's doing. He's obviously able to work with a team that is young and still able to perform at a playoff level. 2 more games to go. We are going to have to wait and see how that plays out.
It'll be really exciting indeed. All right, well, before we finish off the program with our Play of the Year award, we want to take a few moments to recognize all the key players of FNL.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into making this program work. You may just see Rob and I and a lot of sports highlights, but we are very fortunate for some of the names you see, for all of the names that you see on the screen here. A lot of them, the support crew, coming in, helping us get those last-minute scores. Rob and I racing to the last minute sometimes to get those final scores. And if it weren't for Adonis, Jasmine, Aziza at times, that wouldn't have been made possible. And then we talk about the technical side, Rob. We would just be people talking in the dark if it wasn't for them.
No, absolutely. Vanessa has been key in this. I mean, tonight's director, Omar, definitely a key cog as well. Lucas, Chris. But you got to mention Joe Taposte. He's gone the extra mile to go out to Antelope in their 2 games, and he's gotten brilliant highlights, and he's been a key cog for FNL and V&B for years.
Yeah, and honestly, if we could give an Unsung Hero award out for our crew, Joe Taposte gets that one. He goes out, like you mentioned, and shoots those games. He's there. Going out to Antelope's not close either. So he takes those drives. He gets us that footage. And I think, although he enjoys it, I don't know if he understands how much we appreciate him and his help for making that possible. So thank you, Joe. Moving on to the front office staff, of course, this wouldn't be possible at all if it wasn't for, of course, our general manager, Dave Miller, our news director, Ernesto Romero,
Jenny Day, our assistant news director, Lisa Sturgis, who handles the digital content duties, and Susan, our national sales assistant, really pulls some strings each and every year. And, we got to commend her and just the entire staff for what they do. Finally, we want to show some love to our title sponsor, Jack in the Box, because Jack in the Box has really come through for us these last few years, and we're really thankful for that. So thank you, Jack in the Box, for helping make this show happen.
Yes, thank you, and certainly thank you to the viewers. I mean, if it wasn't for you folks at home wanting to tune in on Friday nights, of course, to catch up on those highlights, we wouldn't be able to make this possible. And we thank you for sticking around, the longtime staple for high school football coverage, of course. That's going to continue strong, and only because of you guys.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for our viewers, we wouldn't be standing here right now. That is for darn sure. All right, now to the moment we've all been waiting for, the most anticipated award of the nights.
Couldn't have described it better, Rob. We're talking about the play of the year, my friends. There were a lot of great plays this year, but tonight the play of the year comes from Gila Ridge's defense. More specifically, Jaheim Jones-Wilson. You'll see he gets in front of this pass. Not only defensively is he able to stop the pass, he's able to one-hand grab it, pull it in against his helmet. Let me slow this down a little further here. There it is. Pulls it in and then takes it back. Now, I do have to mention there was a flag on the play, so it doesn't count as a touchdown. But all around, the effort, the capability of bringing that ball in, returning it himself, like we mentioned, he's not only the player of the year, but he gets the play of the year this year. It's been so much fun watching him, and this play in and of itself is a great illustration of that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just one of many examples of him being a game changer.
Game changer, Rob. That's going to do it for FNL, my friend.
Yeah, it's heartbreak that the season's ending so early, but we've enjoyed the ride with you, and we'll look forward to it next year for sure.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching.